you know which emotion is the strongest in the human experience? Most would think it is fear, greed, or hatred. However, the answer is love. Of all emotions, love is the most powerful and divine. And, in the course of your life, love will be the greatest gift you will give and receive, especially between you and your romantic partner. So, like every human being, you will desire the love of others. But no matter how much you want it, you must resist the urge to chase and beg for love. If you have ever loved, then you know love is not a rational substance. This is why Stoicism, as a philosophy based purely on logic, does not concern itself extensively with it. Epictetus explained the stoical position on love when he said, "The object of your love is mortal. It is not one of your possessions. It has been given to you for the present, not inseparably, nor forever." This video aims to help you understand the major misconceptions around love through the objective lens of Stoicism. And at the end of it, hopefully, you will refrain from chasing or begging for something, which, as Epictetus said, is not yours to keep. Number 1. Love yourself. The idea of loving oneself is as old as time, but unfortunately, it sits at the edge of our minds instead of living at the core, where it can encourage an active practice of self-love. This is why so many people are needy to the point of delegating the responsibility of loving themselves to others. And it is no surprise that such people end up in toxic relationships, because overdependence ultimately breeds contempt. You bring stress into other people's lives when you place the burden of loving you solely on their shoulders. So, it is a disservice to them and yourself when you do not love yourself as deeply as you should. In the little that survived of Epictetus' writing, he said, "I shall show you a love potion without a drug, without a herb, without the incantation of any sorceress. If you want to be loved, love. But you cannot fully love if you are constantly mistreating yourself." So, think of what you can do every day to take care of yourself. This could be focusing on your self-improvement by abandoning your bad habits and adopting better ones. Remember, the reason you treat yourself with love is so that you do not go searching for it in the arms of others. Loving yourself is the first step toward loving others or finding true love. Number 2, feelings are fleeting. The temporary nature of human life suggests that anything we produce emotionally can only be transient. So, it is unwise to hold on to the way we feel about something or someone with the hope that things never change. This is an unhealthy way to love. Even though we want love to last forever, we must leave room for the probability that it might not. It is certainly disheartening to see so many homes broken by the disappearance of love. But we must accept the possible death of love as a fact of life. You must submit yourself to fate and realize you do not control the life of your love. This is why Stoics focus on controlling what they can and accepting what they cannot. It is just the logical thing to do. The failure to accept this truth is the reason some people resort to violence to keep their love alive. And even though it makes no sense to force anyone to love you, you must remember that love is not a rational feeling. So, forcing love seems logical to those who try in futility to sustain an emotion that has come to its natural end. Still, your mortality has left you at the mercy of the universe. So, you must not claim anything as yours. And when you treat your feelings as the ephemeral quantities that they are, you will find it easier to fully experience the gift of love when you have it, and to let even an emotion as powerful as love go when necessary. Number 3, do not mistake lust for love. Physical attraction is what ignites every love affair. But, however strong the force of this attraction is, you must never confuse it for love. In romance, love is a deep connection between two people. It is distinct from the superficial attraction that we have developed as part of our mating ritual. So, when you meet someone for the first time, you should never assume love immediately. My dear child, love at first sight only exists in movies and books. It is as unreasonable as looking at a complete stranger and believing you know exactly who they are. The truth is, true love is a product of time and effort. It comes after the people involved have done some work to know each other. So, like a flower, it needs to be nurtured before it blooms. The first stage of a romantic relationship is usually fueled by sexual fantasies and wishful thinking. At that point, you can only hope the person is who you think they are. But as a Stoic, you must learn to logically separate lust from love. Look beyond the surface and ask yourself if you could spend the rest of your life with this person. What are some of their personality traits that you value? Would you say they are beautiful on the inside? Are their core values and life goals in alignment with yours? In essence, ask yourself if this person compliments you. And if, at the end of this examination, you can satisfactorily say that you two are compatible, then you can confidently call what you feel not lust, but potentially love. When you confuse lust with love, it is an invitation to disaster. A relationship built on lust is a house on a cloud. It is destined for destruction, and if you are not careful, it will take you down with it. Number 4, value reciprocity. True love, at its core, is charitable. So, when you really love someone, you will do almost anything for them. According to Marcus Aurelius, you must accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Loving these things, and people with all your heart, requires that you give them all of you. However, giving should be balanced with getting, and love should never be a one-sided act. Take the relationship between bees and flowers, for instance. Bees help plants produce more seeds by spreading pollen grains among their flowers. And, in return, the flowers provide the bees with the pollen and nectar they need to make honey. This is a perfect analogy for how love should be. Love does not come out of a vacuum. It comes from a debt of gratitude that we must repay at every opportunity we get. So, if someone loves and respects you as you think they do, they will sacrifice for you as you would for them. Loving someone who refuses to reciprocate your love is like pouring your time, effort, and emotions into a void. It is emotionally draining, and in the long run, unrequited love can wreck your emotional and mental health. You may have convinced yourself that you need nothing in return for the love you give. However, a part of you will expect to be rewarded for your time, effort, and love. And when you are not adequately reimbursed for your emotional expenses, you are ultimately doing yourself a disservice and may unconsciously slip into loneliness and contempt. You need to analyze your relationships in terms of giving and taking, but the reciprocal value does not necessarily have to be material, nor should it be. In fact, material gifts are unimportant. You will find your reward in the way people show their appreciation. From a simple thank you to dedicating some of their time to be with you. Reciprocation is a mark of true love. And where it is absent, love does not exist. You must endeavor to love on your terms, and those terms must not be forceful, because love does not respond well to friction. Yes, sometimes you might have to fight for love, but you must persist with caution and never force it. In the words of Seneca the Younger, those alone are wise who know how to love. Remember, if you want to learn more about how to succeed with philosophy and Stoicism, don't forget to like this video to spread the word, and subscribe to the channel for more life-changing content. Until next time.